This is Newport News Public Schools. We serve approximately 29,000, between 29 and 30,000 students each year. Last year our on-time graduation rate was 80.9%. Our dropout rate of the cohort dropout measure was 6.9%, which is reduced by over 50% from when we started this 4 years ago. It was at 14.3.
For me, the first step of action is understanding why we're going to do something. Then once we understand the why and the mission and what's going to compel us to move, then we can move in different ways and probably get to that why in the end.
X plus 3 here, then we're going to cancel X plus 3 here.
A lot of young people that want to graduate, so life gets in the way, and what we've done is to try to build a system of supports to help them get back on track. We have online credit recovery, we have a non-traditional high school, we have an evening high school program, we even offer alternative credentials.
These are really very complex, layered issues that we're dealing with, and so that we knew that it couldn't be just one solution, just one approach, because there's so many causes.
Through WHRO, the consortium, we have NovaNet, and one of the things we did with NovaNet, the beauty of it is that it's completely asynchronous. There's no start and end date. So if I get behind in a class or I fail a class and need to make up the credit, I can start at any point. I can finish at any point. So that offers a real great bit of flexibility to young people who run into challenges to school attendance or to school completion. What we did with that was to offer it in a variety of circumstances. So we offer it at our alternative high school, we offer it at our non-traditional high school, and now we've expanded it so that you don't have to leave the school that you're connected to in order to participate. We offer it at all 5 of our high schools as well. We offer an online learning lab, and you can stay after school, you can come before school, you can, I think our record number of credits is we had a young person earn 10 credits in a single year, where in a traditional environment you can get 7. So you do that, you add summer on top of it, kids can catch up, and there's a hope of getting a diploma where there might not have been one before.
We'll get you signed up. Excellent, nice work.
I think if they wait till the summer, it's like they're starting all over again. Whereas the credit recovery, I know I'm not doing well, let me get on the computer course, let me try to make that up with my teacher's help. And it is just a beautiful model, I think, of learning, relearning, learning, relearning. And that really should be the cycle of learning and not even put failure in that cycle at all.
The division started doing this in 2007. There was some statistics that were published that said we had between 19 and 20,000 adults in the city of Newport News that had not had an opportunity to complete high school. And that has an economic impact of really major proportions. I remember saying to them, there is no solution to the dropout problem. There are probably 75.
Our goal is on-time graduation, and that's what we tell them with a diploma. So no matter what they're going through, our goal is to make sure they stay on track, stay on the path. I always say the graduation coaches are like doctors because they have certain rounds, they make rounds. In the mornings they go and they're checking to see which students are in school because as you know, if they're not in school, then they can't do their work and most likely they will end up dropping out to get behind. So what they do is they make their rounds in the morning. You know, they go and find, they might have 20 kids that they really need to see. So they make sure they're in classes, any needs that they have, and they might ask, how's your day going? And the kids really like that. They like the attention of having that graduation coach to check up on them every day. They also work with students that are outside the school, have dropped out. And every day they are probably making home visits and calls and trying to bring them back into school. And the biggest thing that we do when we bring the students back into school, we always ask, why did you drop out? Because we can't get to the root of the problem unless we really know why they dropped out of school. But we give them another option of maybe going to a non-traditional high school or evening schools. If I know I have a child who's at risk, what I'm going to do is follow that child weekly. I'm going to go and talk to the teachers. We're going to talk about their learning styles. We're going to talk about how they learn best. And so I think everyone's working together. So it's not just like the graduation coaches working by themselves, but what's happening is that you have the whole school faculty working to make sure that this child graduates on time.
I think some out-of-school solutions that have been helpful are our recovering young people that have left us, and we've recovered a lot of them, but on Facebook. It was amazing just using the social media and to find kids that had left. We don't know where they went, but on Facebook we could find.
We have a lot of people across the board, across the division, that have taken it as their personal task or challenge to make sure that every student that we see, every student that we teach, every student that we listen to or talk to has that opportunity to be successful.
One of the things that we certainly do is that we look at on-time graduation as a K-12 issue. It is not something that just happens when a student arrives in high school. So we actually look for building a curriculum and building experiences for students starting as early as K and even pre-K that are both rigorous and relevant to the students. There are also larger skills that we want to start embedding with our students very early. Things like communication and creation and innovation. And those are the things that really the student uses to tie all of the content together.
Newport News was in the forefront of the evolution of Early Childhood Center's First Step Preschool initiative. So we begin when you're 4. So we have 4 of our early childhood sites really focused on literacy and numeracy, and it brings a nice transition into kindergarten. Our K-5 program is very strong, focused on, once again, literacy and numeracy, making sure people are strong in those areas, and tying in the college, career, and citizen-ready skills has been a big focus with our 3rd grade integrated curriculum, service learning component, and really making it beyond just your school, making it a global project for students.
We've embedded service learning opportunities for our 3rd grade across the board in Newport News in their curriculum. Typically, youth development has been seen as something that's aside from academics, when in reality it is something that supports academics.
When you look at our data and when you look at data nationally, 3rd grade is a trouble spot when you look at achievement. So we know that our students' transition from 2nd to 3rd grade can be difficult. We wanted to wrap around a project and try it there. Let's try it at the spot that we see nationally gives schools and school systems difficulties, and we've had some great results. Our students have done some amazing projects, and then really seen the relevance as far as how literacy and numeracy and the college, career, and citizen-ready skills fit into a Save the World type project.
There's a career pathways initiative, pre-K to 12, where each level of schooling has their responsibility in pathways. When kids leave the 5th grade, these are some experiences they should have had around careers. We call that education with a purpose, that they begin to know, why am I learning all of this? Why do they want me to take these difficult classes? Why are they going to keep pushing me? Well, it's that the purpose is to get you to this career, to get you to this college. And then I think we've taken some time to alter our curriculum so that emphasis on careers, emphasis on college readiness are not just slogans, but they really are embedded in the curriculum.
Career Pathways is something that we've set up in Newport News through different partnerships with businesses. We've identified every job out in the world kind of falls between one of these 12 pathways. So we start very early with the level of awareness of what kind of work is out there and available, and how that work is associated with the work the students are doing in the classroom. So we do awareness with that, and then we do some investigation, and then they actually get an opportunity as they become high school students to have job experiences, job shadowing, internships, and further study within those 12 career pathways, all supported by businesses here in Newport News.
One of the things that makes Newport News unique is how we view technology and the way we utilize technology. Technology is not just a tool or a toy, it really comes after the task. You know, what do we want students to be able to do? At what level, the pedagogy, what level do we want students to do it? And then we look at which tool will be best to accomplish that task. A lot of places do it in reverse, and that's where you see technology largely unused. So, for example, we have iPads and interactive whiteboards and different Web 2.0 tools that we utilize, but it really depends on the task and really matching the task to the tool.
We call our instructional technology experts in the building coaches, because we want them coaching with that instruction. It all goes back to the instruction. They come in to go side by side with the teacher on the instruction and bring the technology. They can't come first with the technology. It has to be anchored to quality instruction first.
We have interactive whiteboards in every classroom, for example. So we've had some training that is for everyone who has a classroom, all classroom teachers, instructional assistants, and so forth. And then we have very specific training for smaller groups, and then individual coaching for individual teachers.
We have a lot of people across the board, across the division, that have taken it as their personal task or challenge to make sure that every student that we see, every student that we teach, every student that we listen to or talk to has that opportunity to be successful.
Dr. Kilgore's one of her big things is managing the present and creating the future. Well, the present is right now with the kids who are in high school, but then we're also creating the future at the elementary level so that that high school looks better and better every day.
Success toward graduation happens one day, one class at a time, and it really is about relationships for learning. And when you have these powerful relationships between young people and grown people, the opportunity to learn is so much more available in that kind of classroom. So the teacher-student piece, I mean, that's all there is, and that's where the real work happens.